Hey everybody, Graspop Metal Meeting 2018, and for our very first interview in our studio, we have Ben and John from Blackstone Cherry. Hi guys and welcome.
Hello, thank you.
If I'm correct, you guys played here 3 years ago, and I was wondering if you get the list of the next tour, do you always try to go and check, oh, that festival, we've been there before, that venue, we love that venue. Is it something that you would like to see to come back to some place?
Yeah, I think every time we get the tour schedule, it's always fun to look on there and see places that, number one, places we haven't been before. That's always fun and exciting. But then obviously, if we know festivals are good or some venues are good, it always feels good to know that we're going to be taken care of at those places, you know. It's kind of like knowing that little peace of mind, you know, this festival, the festivals in the UK, and everywhere, in certain venues, you just kind of know it's going to be a good show that day. You just feel it.
You always hope that those festivals are paced out to where, because you know certain festivals like this one, you're going to get your laundry done. So it's going to pace itself just right so you have clean underwear for the tour.
Yeah. Now you guys are on tour, and it must be great to be able to play music as a living, and it's your life, it's your job. But I can imagine that you also have hobbies. For example, I know, Ben, that if I'm correct, you collect Star Wars and Elvis stuff.
I do, yes.
Is it something that you keep in mind when you're on tour and you go and try to find new stuff?
Hold on, I got to tell on him. We were on tour in the States, and he found a TIE fighter that was about the size of that thing you're sitting on, but square. And it ended up in the front seat of the bus for the rest of the tour, so he could get it to the house.
I know. I had to get it. It was a good deal. And I couldn't not get it. And we were somewhere in Iowa, I think, when I got that. And it was a huge thing, you know. And I told the guys, I said, man, I'm sorry, but I got to store this on the bus until we get home, you know. So, yes, there are times where I go on adventures and try to find, you know, little toys in different towns. And then you stock the bus up with it. And you come home with a lot more than you left with.
Yeah.
Then you have John Ferret, who finds antique furniture that takes up half the trailer, and our crew guys are just really hating him by the end of the run.
Yes.
And if you also collect Elvis memorabilia, does it also mean that you like his music a lot, I guess?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Is it something you try to be inspired by when writing music for Blackstone Cherry?
I mean, for me personally, Elvis is my biggest inspiration, so I think regardless of anything that any of us do creatively when it comes to the band, our biggest influences are always just going to come out in there, you know. Granted, our sound isn't really, you know, as rockabilly as some of the early Elvis stuff, or you know what I mean. But then again, we've covered several Elvis songs. Our new album has a special edition version that has an Elvis song, you know. So I do get to throw it in there whenever I get the opportunity to do some Elvis, you know. But it's fun. We do it in our own little way, you know.
Yeah. John, what's your passion?
I've got too many to list, to be honest with you. I'm a photographer, a videographer, a graphic designer. I'm almost done building a recording studio now, so I can start working with other bands and producing and just continue songwriting all the time. It's a never-ending thing.
Is it something that is more easy to do on tour than collecting, or you can get your camera and...
The problem with being a photographer or videographer or any of the sort and being on tour is you don't collect the stuff while you're on the road. I mean, I do sometimes because I collect vintage cameras and stuff like that, so sometimes I'll take up some space. But usually I'm taking up space right at the top of the tour because I'm coming out with camera bags and lights and tripods and everything else. And the guys are like, God, why do you need all this crap? I'm like, well, you never know. You never know when I'm going to need to set up a tripod and set up a whole camera with 14 freaking lights. You don't know.
Does it also mean that you're looking for the best festival shot? Do you like festival photography?
For me, it's more about landscapes and just nature. It's more about the art of it than it is about like the rock photographer side of things. I like getting in the element a lot more, you know, just taking off for the afternoon and finding something to shoot, you know, which is difficult a lot of times when you're on the road because it's like you're not really in the countryside. A lot of times you're usually in a city of some sort. So, I mean, you could do some stuff there, but you can only look at skyscrapers so many times before you get bored out of your mind, right?
Yeah. Hey, guys, if I'm correct, you're on later on tonight. Have a great show. Thank you
you.
for joining us here in our studio.
It's going to be a good
man,
time.
thank
It's
you.
it's good weather outside.
Yeah.
It's day one of the festival, so hopefully we can bring our vibe to the day and kick it off right. So it's going to be good.
man.
We hope so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.